Hi guys, I'm Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be revealing my TBR for the Middle Earth Readathon. If you guys haven't heard about the Middle Earth Readathon, it was created by Reese from the writing Songbird. I will leave a link to her announcement video plus my own video announcing it that I did, I think it was last week or the week before. I don't know when I'm putting this video out. But anyways, I will leave those videos linked down below in case you haven't heard. But in a nutshell, I am one of the co-hosts for this readathon where we're just using different prompts that are based off of The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, both the books and the movies, to, just celebrate that. Plus, you know, it's fun. So, this is the first readathon I've ever joined in on. I've never joined in on one. I've never hosted one or co-hosted one, so this is going to be fun. Yeah, I have a very small TBR because I don't do very well with TBRs. I'm an excessive mood reader, so I tend to just read whatever. If I set up a set list, then I generally don't like it. I generally then feel like pressured to read those books even if I don't feel like it. So I'm avoiding that by setting a very small TBR of, and a lot of these were books I was going to read anyways. More than one of them is doubling up for all these prompts. So the very first one I'm going to talk about though is our sort of buddy read for the readathon, and that is The Lord of the Rings. Obviously, some people I think are going to be trying to read the whole trilogy. I know Reese said she was going to. Some other people are going to be reading The Hobbit or probably other Tolkien-esque books. I am going to be reading The Fellowship of the Ring. I have no delusions whatsoever that I'm going to read the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy in 1 month. It's just not going to happen because this is an older style writing of book, and I don't normally mesh with that type of book very well, so I tend to read them very slowly. So I will be reading The Fellowship of the Ring during the month of October. If you want to join me in that, feel free. Otherwise, then I might then continue to read Two Towers in November and then Return of the King in December. I really haven't decided yet, but I'm going to be reading The Fellowship of the Ring in October. So, that's for the buddy read. Okay, the first prompt is Legolas, Tauriel, and Kili, a book with a love triangle. This is obviously from the Hobbit movies, not the book. But for this one, it is no secret that I despise love triangles with every part of my being. But there is one book I do have. It is an ebook. It is called Stalks of Gold by Celeste Baxendell. I believe that's the author's name. I forgot. Obviously you'll see the cover here and whatever her name is. I'm pretty sure that's her name. This is the first in a fairy tale retelling series. It's a mashup of Rapunzel and Rumpelstiltskin, and at first I wasn't gonna read it because I have heard there is a love triangle in it, and like I said before, I hate them. But I did get the ebook for free when the author was running a sale, so I was like, okay, I will try it. But I have no delusions whatsoever that I'm gonna rate it very high. If I do, that'll be a surprise. So that's the one I'm going to be selecting for this prompt because it's literally the only book I haven't read that has a love triangle. And obviously I have two other series that I mentioned in my sort of announcement recommendations video for this readathon, that I do have at least two series that have love triangles in them that I have read before, but I didn't really want to reread either of those, so yeah, we're gonna try Stalks of Gold and I'll see if I like it. Okay, let's see. We're just gonna go to this one next because this one covers two prompts, and the first prompt it covers is An Unexpected Journey, a book where they go on a journey, and Second Breakfast, a book that's a sequel. And I am going to be doing for this one the continuation of the Rurouni Kenshin manga series. This is a bind-up of volumes 10, 11, and 12. So, obviously, they're sequels, and they kind of go on a giant journey. Kenshin especially is going on a very emotional plus physical journey. All the characters are, so it fits for both of those prompts, and I will be continuing this series. So that is what I'm doing for those two prompts. Then we have Okay, I'll just go ahead and do this one. Aragorn and Arwen, a book with an epic love story. I don't know how epic it is, but I do know it's a romance, and that is My Carolina Airman by Brittany Fichter. I'm covering up the library sticker here. And yeah, this is the second book in the My Air Force fairy tale series. None of them have to be read in order. Obviously, I read all 3 of them out of order. So, yeah, so this is the last one in that series that I have not read, and like I said, I know it's a romance. So yeah, I'm very interested in trying it. It's also kind of it's a twist on Sleeping Beauty. So I'm very curious to see how she's going to accomplish Sleeping Beauty in a contemporary setting. So yeah, that is what I'm going to select for that one. And the rest of these, I'm pretty sure, are in this particular series, which I have found out that Reese is also going to be rereading as well, so that is fun. We will be rereading the same book. Okay, so these books are going to be falling in for Gimli and Legolas, a book with an unlikely best friends. Shield Maiden, a book with a strong feminine lead. Samwise Gamgee, a book with an unlikely hero. My Precious, Your Most Prized Book. Gandalf the Grey, a book with a mentor. Also, I was going to put it also for Aragorn and Arwen and for Second Breakfast. However, I don't know how far I am going to get into, because it is a series, I don't know how far I'm going to get into the series before in 1 month. So, that's why I have the other 2 for that. And that is, so, ready for the reveal? Okay, that is going to be Tyra, Half-Blood, and Resistance from the Ilion Chronicles. Yes, I am going to be starting my reread of the Ilion Chronicles in October. No, I haven't finished editing my book yet because I'm still kind of in a creative block right now around that, so I haven't continued, but I have decided to not let that stop me from rereading the series now that I feel like it's time. So yes, I'm going to be rereading Resistance. I'm also going to be rereading Tyra and Half-Blood, which is a novella and a short story that kind of come before Resistance, so that's how I'll be reading them. Yeah, I'll be definitely just reading them in chronological order. So Half-Blood, Tyra, and then Resistance. So yeah, and they all hopefully qualify for those prompts. I mean, yeah, I know they qualify for pretty much all of those. The only ones that not really is the love story, because technically the romance doesn't start until the second book for one character. Though I do have to say, technically Resistance actually could fit, because 2 other side characters, well, sort of side characters, sort of main characters, they have points of view, but it kind of gets a little muddled in this type of a series of who's a main character and who's a side character. But anyways, because Trask and Anne technically could fall under a love story, even though the main ship of the series, Jason Kyron, doesn't really start in this book. Those 2 do have a romance, so technically it could still fall into that category, at least in my opinion. And My Precious, it fits. Actually, technically, all the books I own technically could go under My Precious, because I prize all my books, so yeah. But yeah, that is a TBR. I guess I could hold them up. Yeah, this is my TBR for the Middle Earth Readathon. Like I said, I'm keeping it small. Also, I have Stalks of Gold on there, but it's an ebook, so I can't really show that. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't really have a ton of books, but I'm doing that on purpose, so I don't overload myself, because that is not a good thing, because then I'll go into a reading slump and then we'll never get anywhere. So yeah, that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're joining in the readathon. Again, thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!